The grass is cut short. It looks immaculate on this sunny Friday night from Centerburg High School. You are watching Friday Night Football on the OH Report. It is a non-conference battle between the Johnstown-Monroe Johnnies and the host Centerburg Trojans. You're going to catch it all live and free tonight on the OH Report.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
You're strong, you're valued, you're loved, and we are just so happy to have you here.
This event is one of the greatest things ever, to see community come together and see people pay tribute to those that they love and those that they've lost.
Whatever it is you're going through, whatever it is you've been through, you don't have to go through it alone.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health, to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Welcome to Centerburg High School for tonight's Friday night football action non-league matchup between the Johnstown-Monroe Johnnies and the host Centerburg Trojans. I am Mark Bollinger along with Josh Banks here on the Webb's Marathon and Automotive pregame show, and this non-conference tilt tonight features two teams that put some points on the board last week.
Yeah, Mark, Johnstown puts up 70. Centerburg puts up 34 in a shutout effort at that. I think the key tonight that we'll talk about later, which offense can keep it rolling, which defense can win their team the football game.
Well, we're going to see a contrast of styles, but as we mentioned, both of these teams lit it up last week. Johnstown-Monroe takes on Zanesville, puts up 70, wins 70-26 over the Blue Devils, while Centerburg takes care of business with a 34-0 shutout over Utica. So both these teams come in 1-0. It's going to be a great challenge, but as we said, very distinct, different types of offense. Centerburg's going to throw it all over the place. Johnstown's going to be more of the ground and pound.
Yeah, you see Johnstown here in the team spotlight, led by head coach Mike Carter, again 1-0, giving up 70. But we're going to pause. We're going to listen to the national anthem. As they get ready to play the Centerburg alma mater, Mark. Back to Johnstown. They put up 70 against Zanesville. Now Zanesville, a team that was 0-10 last year, and they get to go play the Colts after a huge win at the Colt Corral last week. But it's going to be interesting to see. You've got a 70-point offensive team against a defense that didn't allow anything last week.
Well, and as you said, they put up 70 points last week, but we talked about the difference in style. That Johnstown offense are going to come out, and they're just going to try to run the ball down your throat. Last week, 3 pass attempts is all that they had.
Yeah, and that was heavily on the shoulders of our player spotlight tonight. It's a junior running back for him. He's a returner. He was a little bit of the dose of the offense last year. Ryan Sager, he had 9 carries for 176 yards and 3 touchdowns in that 70-point outpouring last week.
Well, and Sager in the offensive line is going to be so critical here for Johnstown, trying to take possession of the football, keep possession. But you look at that 9 carries, 176 yards. Obviously, he busted a few big plays, and he'll look for more of that tonight. Now you flip it to the other side to the host Centerburg Trojans. Got off to a great start last week with the 34-0 win in week number 1. But they went a little bit different than Johnstown, where they were looking to put the ball in the air.
Yeah, they looked to put it in the air. As you see their team spotlight, led by head coach Andrew Coella. They're looking for win number 2 on the season. But here's the thing. This is a team that lost last year in the playoffs to the Northmore Golden Knights, who made a decent little run in Division 6.
Well, and you mentioned last year. One thing I think you look at when you look at this matchup tonight is these are 2 programs that have historically been pretty good. Last year, 9-1 regular season for Johnstown-Monroe. They go into the playoffs, lose in the first round. Centerburg goes 7-3 during the regular season a year ago, wins their first round game before, like you said, they fell to Northmore in that second round. So both of these teams know how to win. They're used to winning, got off to a good start, and they're both looking to go to 2-0 tonight.
And I tell you what, if Centerburg's going to do it, this young man last weekend had one of the best games at receiver that you're going to see in the state of Ohio. How about 5 catches, 240 yards, and 4 touchdowns for Hayden Love?
Yeah, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. Just absolutely ridiculous stat line for Love. I mean, you look at that, you're looking at, 48 yards per reception and 4 touchdowns. In a lot of high schools, that may be a season's worth of catches. For Hayden Love, that was week 1. So he's going to have to get open tonight against this Johnstown defense, create some big plays, and we'll see if he can get that going and the Centerburg offense can continue to roll.
Now, how about we talk about some keys to victory, Mark? Let's start with the visitors, the Johnnies of Johnstown-Monroe. Now, I tell you what I put in. They're going to have to ground and pound. 36 carries, 425 yards last week, and 7 touchdowns. But you got to slow down Love. We just seen his numbers. He's going to have to be the focal point of their defense if they're going to leave Centerburg with a win tonight. Well,
I think when you look at these two teams putting up 70 points on one side, 34 on the other, it's going to come down to who's going to be able to get some stops and get off the field. And the team that can get that done tonight is probably going to get the W.
And let's flip script and talk about the Trojans, the home team of Centerburg. Hey, air it out. That's what you did last week. You threw for 280 yards, 4 touchdowns to 1 interception. But you're going to have to win in the trenches. You got to protect your quarterback, and you got to stop the running game of Johnstown if you're the Trojans.
Yeah, Blaine Ball, the quarterback for Centerburg last week, 10 of 16 through the air, 280 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. So great numbers. But that is going to be based on him getting good protection, having time in the pocket, and giving Love and those other wide receivers a chance to get open so he can put the ball on the money.
As you see the Johnnies taking the field.
And I mentioned it in the teaser tonight as we were coming on the air, but what an absolutely glorious night for football here at Centerburg. The grounds crew for Centerburg High School has to be commended. This football field is just absolutely immaculate. It looks great. It looks like it's mowed short. Looks like it's a fast track tonight. We'll see some potential big plays out of these two ball clubs.
But, Mark, I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to wait for Centerburg to take the field. We're going to let the people in Trojan country that aren't here tonight see their players come out. And then we'll take a short break, come back for kickoff. And I tell you what, I was super excited week 1 when we got to go see River Valley. I got to cover Monroeville last week on Friday night. But now that we're into week 2, the football excitement just builds and builds and builds.
It builds, and as you know, we talked last week about being the quickest 10 weeks of the year. This season is just going to absolutely fly by. Last Friday night, the weather wasn't exactly perfect. We were dealing with a little bit of rain and wind and things like that. It was cold temperatures. Tonight feels like a gorgeous fall night in Ohio. The sun is shining. We have a great crowd on hand. And, I mentioned off the air, but I'm going to throw this out there again tonight as well. Centerburg is one of those places that you absolutely, if you've never been here, come watch a football game at Centerburg. It's very reminiscent also of like Clear Fork, where you've got the bleachers, but you also have the hill where people bring out the lawn chairs and look down into the field. You feel like you're right on top of the action. Just a great place to watch high school football, small town high school football in Ohio. Absolutely love it and appreciate everything that the administration and staff have done here at Centerburg, making us feel welcome, giving us good information, everything that we needed. So a shout out to all of them. We do appreciate that, and we are looking forward to an absolutely great football game coming up here in a few minutes.
As they're getting ready to take the field, the Trojans coming up that back hill. They're going to get into their tunnel. And I tell you what, it's so nice when you come to a game like this, Mark. You see these teams that have these tunnels, that have these spots for their guys to get recognized by their fans as Johnstown now comes onto their sideline. But I got to ask you, as we prepare for this one here, what are you most looking forward to in tonight's contest?
Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing Blaine Ball. He put up great numbers last week, as we mentioned, 10 of 16, 280 yards, 4 touchdowns. I'm curious to see how he can throw the football and how well he does against a better team than they faced last week. This Johnstown team we know is really, really solid. They're big. They've got athletes. They're going to get after it. So can this Centerburg offensive line give him time? And if so, what can Blaine Ball do with the football? I like to see how well he can spin it tonight in this crucial non-conference matchup.
And I'll tell you what, him spinning it is going to be the difference in this game tonight. I'm excited to see it. UC Centerburg has now taken the field. That means we're really close to kickoff. So what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to take a quick commercial timeout. When we come back, Mark and I will have opening kickoff for you right here from Centerburg.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
Welcome back to Centerburg High School. You're watching high school football live and free on the OH Report as we transition out of our pregame show into time. It's about ready for kickoff. Special thanks to Webb's Marathon and Automotive for sponsoring the pregame show. As we're about a minute away from kick here, Centerburg will receive first. So that potent offense that we were talking about, aired it out last week. They're going to get the football first. And we'll see what the Trojans can do here in week 2 of high school football in 2025.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do. We talked about Blaine Ball. We talked about Hayden Love, as Hayden Love is back deep to return along with Miles Marshall, the two playmakers on this team. Why not have them return kicks for you too, right?
Absolutely. That's what good coaching staffs do. They get their best players, their skilled players, get the ball in their hands and let them make plays. And that's what Centerburg is going to try to do from the start. So
we think the AmVets Post 59 here in Centerburg. They're our scoreboard sponsor tonight. And we've seen the Post. This game is going to be on live and free up there at the AmVets. So thank you for tuning in. Hey, Mark, it's time for football.
It's time for football. So thanks to the AmVets. Hope you enjoy the call of the game tonight. And for your sake, hoping for a nice performance here by the Centerburg Trojans. Getting ready to kick off for Johnstown is Elias Al-Shaddad, 5'11", 165-pound junior.
Again, Marshall and Love deep. It's tough to decide which one to kick to if you're Johnstown.
And we are underway here from Centerburg High School. Received about the 10, good return, brings it out about the 30, 32-yard line, so good starting field position for the Trojans.
Yeah, a good kick there, good return by Miles Marshall. Now we'll see what they come out and do offensively off rip. You're going to see the ball in Blaine Ball's hands. Let's see how well he can spin it, and let's see how active these receivers get early, as those two guys returning kicks are their two main targets offensively.
So first possession of the night for Centerburg will start on their own 33-yard line. Both these teams coming in off of impressive victories in week number 1. Handoff, 35-40, nice gain on first down. Great job there. Ball went to Miles Marshall.
And how nice does it have to be if you're the Centerburg coaching staff to have Miles Marshall in the backfield? He can give you 150 on the night if you let him, and then to have the ability to let your quarterback sling it and give you that balance that most high school teams, Mark, don't have.
So the nice gain on first down will bring up a 2nd and short. 2nd 3, ball on the 41. Ball keeps it off the mesh handoff. He keeps it. He's got room. 50, 45, 40 down the Johnstown sideline. Big gainer there by Ball. He kept that handoff, rode it out at the last minute, pulled it, and took off, got to the edge.
And you'll see the middle of this run here, but that's just a great read there by Ball, the quarterback. No flag. It looked like somebody lost a towel. But that's what you want to see on that play. You go inside zone off rip, and then you run into the situation where, hey, let your quarterback keep one, and now guess what? Now you can go that read option again, or you can go play action and look for Love in the end zone.
Centerburg 3 wide receiver set. 1st and 10 on the Johnstown 34. Backwards pass. This will count as a run. Marshall at the sideline and finishes the run strong, and Johnstown has a man down. And that
holding the right ankle.
Yeah, John Eckenrode is down on the 40-yard line for the Johnnies.
As we'll pause here for an injury timeout.
That play will go as a rush because it was thrown backwards.
And that just shows you how dangerous this team is when you've got the athletes to be able to send your running back out in motion like that, and you've got the threats downfield, and you've already shown that you've got your quarterback that can keep it and get you 25, 30 yards. This is going to be one of the most potent offenses in the KMAC this year, I truly think.
So while they're tending to Eckenrode, we will take a quick timeout. We'll be back live. 10:56 to go here in the first quarter. It's 0-0. You're watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
Welcome back to Centerburg High School, where Johnstown senior John Eckenrode is helped off the field, not putting any weight on that right ankle. 10:56 to go here in quarter number 1. We're just underway here from Centerburg. The Trojans putting together a nice opening drive. Started on their own 33-yard line, and 3 plays later, they are in business, having moved the ball already down to the Johnstown 29, where they face a 2nd and 5. Trojans once again go with 3 wideouts. Marshall beside ball in the backfield. Looking over the middle and almost picked off. Great read there. Jumping that route for Johnstown was number 85, Carey Preston.
Yeah, that safety came up at the perfect time to really honestly, if he catches that, that's probably 6 going the other way. He stepped in front of Love and just took it away.
Yeah, Preston Carey read that the entire way. Thought he had himself a potential pick 6. Instead, 3rd and 5. For the Trojans. Wouldn't surprise me here if Ball wouldn't use his feet. Run for a 1st down. Quarterback draw instead. Hand off to Marshall, and he works his way up almost to the 1st down. He's going to be about a half a yard or a yard short. Gain of 4 there by Miles Marshall.
Great job there by Miles Marshall to keep the legs turning. They really collapsed on the middle there. Ball made the right choice by handing it off. Marshall got positive yards, and now a crucial 4th down here early on if you're Centerburg.
Yeah, 4th and a long 1 here for the Bird. They're going to stay same formation.
They like to motion Marshall out. Do we see that little swing pass again here on 4th and 1?
Knox quickly throws and dropped. So the quick throw going to Hayden Love, incomplete, and Johnstown holds on 4th down.
Yeah, Johnstown holds. Great route, great throw by Love, just unable to corral that one. And now we get to see this Johnstown Johnnies offense that ran the ball 35 times last week.
35 rushing attempts, 3 passing attempts a week ago for the Johnnies. We featured him in the pregame show, but look for Ryan Sager, number 2, to get his hands on the football a lot tonight.
I mean, I don't even know I'd say a lot. They ran it 30 times. He only had 9 of those carries. He's just a big play maker for this offense.
Yeah, maybe we should rephrase that. Look for him to potentially get a lot of yards. Instead, they go to a different look. Handoff left side, and it's going to be a gain of about 4.
That looked like number 22, Asher McLeod.
So,
sorry, that was
6.
Kason Mast on the carry.
14 Mast, so 2nd and 6. And again, good job by the Johnstown front. Got a little bit of a push, but then Centerburg's defensive line stood it up, kept it to a short gain.
Well, we've seen Johnstown do their part defensively on that first drive. They shut Centerburg's passing game down. And now you're seeing Centerburg do the same.
So 3rd and 4 from the 32. Big 3rd down here for Johnstown. Play action, looking over the middle. Pressure, throws, incomplete. Intended target was Colley. Hayden Colley, a little high, and 3 and out for the Johnnies.
And the difference is this is a 3 and out. You're 4th and about 6 now if you're Johnstown. Centerburg had a 4th and 1, so now you're in a situation, if you're Johnstown, you boot it deep.
Play the field position game.
So it looks like it'll be Marshall and Hayden Love returning punts as well.
Eric will roll back for the Johnnies to punt. Gets it off. Ball's going to angle to the sideline and out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. And Johnstown's going to get the ball at the 40-yard line. So great starting field position again. I'm sorry, Centerburg going to get the ball at the 40-yard line. Great starting field position for the Trojans.
Yeah, and we've seen their offense really got things going that last drive. They just couldn't convert when needed. And I don't expect that to be a thing of, continues happening tonight. I don't foresee Centerburg being stopped on 4 downs very many times.
Blaine ball, and the Trojan offense comes out for the 2nd possession. 8:47 to go here in the first quarter. Scoreless from Centerburg. Ball, handoff, Marshall, he's got a hole. 1st down and more. 15-yard gain there by Miles Marshall. Great job by the right side of that offensive line. Opened up a big hole, and Marshall hit it.
How about Miles Marshall showing, hey, we threw it 12 times last week, and I didn't get my opportunity, but I'm getting it tonight. And that might be in the scouting report. You know how these coaches are. They see, hey, maybe Johnstown run defense isn't as solid as their pass defense.
So 1st and 10 from the Johnstown 45-yard line. A week ago, Marshall 6 attempts for only 12 yards. He has that and more already here in the first half of the first quarter. Quarterback keeper, ball slides through and picks up about 2.
Looks like they'll give him 1. They're not going to give him the roll. They're going to give him the initial touchdown.
Ball on the carry, tackle by Collins.
Collins in on the tackle for the Johnnies.
Yeah, last week you only had 15 rushing attempts for Centerburg for 136 yards and a touchdown.
Both these teams eyeing league championships and the postseason. An important non-conference matchup here as far as playoff points for both these squads. Ball rolls and just a little bit too hard there on the intended target.
Pass intended for Bollinger is incomplete.
Intended for a tight end. They tried to run a little tight end screen there. Bollinger unable to come up with it. Really good play calling so far, though, from the Centerburg offensive coordinator.
Yeah, just a little too hard with the throw there. Jackson Bollinger couldn't hold on to it. Ball now 0 of 3 throwing the football tonight. Brings up 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 from the 44-yard line. Bollinger in motion. Looks, ball steps up. He has plenty of room to get the first down. He will take it himself and gets in. Late hit.
And there's going to be a flag on that one.
That's going to be a late hit. Ball was a good 2 yards out of bounds when he took the monstrous hit there.
As we'll see it here on the Monarch Title Services replay, clearly out of bounds, takes the big hit. But how about the awareness by Ball? Hey, my first read wasn't there. There was nobody on the right side of the field to stop him from getting the first down.
Bad decision there by the Johnstown defense. Tack that on.
And now we'll have 1st and 10 at about the 17-yard line.
So the Trojans again knocking on the door. We'll see if they can get points on the board on their second drive. Marshall, left side, has a little bit of room. And again, just getting good push off the snap is that Centerburg offensive line.
Pick up a 4.
Gains 4. Marshall with 5 carries on the night. Five carries, 35 yards for Miles Marshall. 2nd and 6 in the red zone. Marshall goes in motion. Ball, quarterback keeper off the draw. He's got room, cuts it up, and gets to about the 6-yard line. Is going to be close, and
Ball with the quarterback keeper. Tackle by
first down.
Yeah, and it's again a good job by Ball. He's going to get him the first down. You're going to be 1st and goal now inside of the 10. And it's not, I don't think, what we expected so far. We've seen a lot of the rushing attack between Blaine Ball and Miles Marshall that's looking to punch this one into the end zone.
Well, I think what you have is you have a Centerburg team that has shown the ability to throw the football, and they just spread you out, and it creates those running lanes.
Yeah.
And it's
well,
like a false start. Yep, pre-snap penalty there on Centerburg. So 1st and goal from the 7, and Trojans make a mental mistake and hurt themselves.
Yeah, you go 1st and goal from the 12. That'll be a 5-yarder.
Impressive job by the Trojans coming in, as we said, 10 of 16 last week, almost 300 yards through the air so far. They've moved the football, but they have no passing yards. They're just moving it on the ground. Ball to Marshall. He has a gap. There's going to be a touchdown. There's 6 for Miles Marshall, and Centerburg strikes first. Miles Marshall with a 12-yard run, and Centerburg takes a 6-0 lead with 5:36 here to go in the first quarter.
From primary care to orthopedics.
And they're going to line up to go for 2. 4 wide receivers set. Marshall beside Ball in the backfield. Fake handoff, throws, caught. Ball to Jackson Bollinger for the 2-point conversion. And with 5:36 to go in the first quarter, it's Centerburg 8, Johnstown 0. You're watching Friday Night Football live and free on the OH Report.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
You're strong, you're valued, you're loved, and we are just so happy to have you here.
This event is one of the greatest things ever to see community come together and see people pay tribute to.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area. Live.
Welcome back to Centerburg High School. Mark Bollinger along with Josh Banks. We saw Centerburg take their second drive of the game down and convert for a 12-yard touchdown. 2-point conversion is good to take an early 8-0 lead. Centerburg kicks off. Johnstown returns that out to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and that drive was really heavy dose of Miles Marshall, and the penalty, the late hit on Blaine Ball was a key factor there, as that went from a 1st and 10 from the 25 and took him inside the 15.
Well, you go back to even before that play happened, it was 3rd and 9. Ball scrambles, gets to the edge, gets the first down, and then you tack on the 15 more.
Yeah.
25-yard game. Huge play there, and Centerburg converts on it to open up the 8-0 lead. Johnstown with the football, handoff right up the middle. Myers with the carry. The big fullback bruising his way for about 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. Landon Myers, 5'10", 215 pounds. A load to bring down. Handoff. 40. He breaks free. He could go the distance. Ryan Sager, he's running left side, 30, 25, cuts it back to the 20, and there's the big play ability of Ryan Sager.
Just making guys miss. He got hit in the hole. He got hit right up front. He's able to bounce off the tackler, get outside, and now the Johnnies are in striking distance.
45-yard gain on Sager's first carry. Went over the left side, had some space, broke some tackles. And now it's Johnstown trying to get the quick answer. Handoff. Fullback cuts it outside, and he could get to the end zone. It's Myers, and great tackle there by Marshall.
Myers with the carry, tackle by Marshall.
Myers bounced it outside. When he got jammed up the line, it's going to be just short of a first down, so 2nd and inches for Johnstown.
As you see Sager back in the backfield again, big play ability.
Yeah, we didn't see him on the first possession.
And then comes out, goes 1 carry, 45 yards.
Yes. Home run threat.
154 of you out there watching on YouTube.
Handoff, Sager, right side, hit immediately. Looks like he got enough for the first down, though.
Sager with the carry, tackle by Johnston.
No, they're going to say he's short. So it's going to be 3rd and inches.
Great tackle there by Lane Johnston, the senior D lineman.
No gain there for Sager.
Get the clock winding here as we are inside of 3 minutes.
Three minutes to go. Trojans 8, Johnnies 0. Luke Carter under center. Handoff to the fullback. Works his way ahead, drives his way down to about the 5. 4-yard run, first down conversion for Johnstown.
Yeah, they're going to get themselves into first and goal territory. But how about the job by the interior line of Centerburg, not allowing them to push through and punch it in right there?
Brings up second down and goal from the 5-yard line.
All right, well, a little confusion on the change. So they had converted on the last one, so that was first down. So it's 2nd and 5. Handoff, Sager has a seam, hit low, lunges forward. He's going to be just short of the goal line. Ball's going to be on the 1.
Again, a great job by the interior line of Centerburg and their linebackers coming in. They're playing their gaps. They're staying home, and they're preventing them from getting 4, 5, 6 yards of carry.
Johnstown trying to punch it in and get their first touchdown of the night. They put 70 on the board last week, trying to get their first one tonight here against Centerburg. Sager hit low, leans forward, and
is in.
Sager with the carry, touchdown.
They signal touchdown. So touchdown, Johnstown. A nice 70-yard drive there by the Johnnies to cut it to 8-6.
And that's a big drive to come out and go 3 and out on your first possession, and you come out your very next possession and you go 70 yards and punch it into the end zone. That's exactly what you want to do if you're the Johnnies.
We've seen 2 nice drives. The last scoring drive for Centerburg, they marched 60 yards, put a touchdown on the board. Johnstown answers, and now Johnny's going for 2 and the tie. Handoff, hit in the hole. He's not going to get it. Defensive line right there for Centerburg. They stuff it,
Deep with the 2-point try.
and
Love.
Centerburg will hold on to an 8-6 lead.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
It is Friday night football here, live and free from Centerburg High School. Non-conference action week 2. Mark Bollinger along with Josh Banks as we are watching an outstanding football game here through almost the first quarter. Johnstown answers to cut the lead to 2 as Centerburg leads 8-6 here with 1:45 to go in the first quarter. Centerburg to receive the kickoff. Love will take it inside his 5. Right side, 10, 15, and he works his way up to about the 18, and a flag comes out on the field.
Love on the return, tackled by Grady. Penalty marker on the play.
See what the flag is.
Centerburg has had good starting field position its first 2 drives from the 33 and from their own 40. This one is not going to be the same.
Block in the
back call on the Trojans.
It'll be their second penalty, but that's a massive penalty for them as their running game has really been the catalyst so far, and now you're starting the ball on the 10-yard line. Be interesting to see your thought on that one. Is that one that Love maybe should have let roll into the end zone?
Yeah. Not sure, but he thought he could make a play, and you get the ball in his hands the way he did last week. You got to give him a chance. Marshall, again, big gap. He worked his way out to about the 19-yard line. Another big hole by the Centerburg offensive line, and Marshall hits it.
Yeah, Marshall doing a great job of being patient, allowing the holes to come open. His offensive line doing a great job of blocking up front. And it's a first down on the first play.
5th first down of the first quarter for Centerburg. Same look, 2 wide receivers. One side. And late handoff, but Marshall gets it, and he's going to be stopped for about a gain of 3. Looked like Ball considered keeping it.
I think Marshall just kind of took that one away from him. It didn't look like Ball really wanted him to take that one. He took it from him and got a couple.
Well, they're going to say he was able to get about 4 or 5, so we'll give him 4, so 2nd and 6.
Inside, 30 seconds almost,
from their own 24-yard line. Big drive here for the Trojans. Marshall, another hole. He almost breaks a tackle. Close to a first down. Great job there by Blake Ware. If he doesn't make that tackle,
that's probably
Marshall
a touchdown.
Is off and running. So another first down for Centerburg. And we have a timeout. We will keep it here. So with 23 seconds to go in the first quarter, Johnstown takes a timeout, trailing Centerburg 8-6. Well, in the pregame show and everything else, we came in talking all about Blaine Ball and the passing game a week ago against Utica. Tonight, the Trojans have not yet completed a pass. They've done all their work on the ground, but it has worked.
Well, and last year it was a heavy dose. They ran the ball a lot last year as well. Miles Marshall did a great job last year. He's a returner. And when you're facing, an offense, when you have the offensive firepower that they have with Bollinger, with Marshall, with Love, with Blaine Ball at the QB position, you have to be able to open it up, and we're seeing that here tonight. They're showing what they're actually capable of.
And again, so far, most impressed by that Centerburg offensive line. They have controlled the line of scrimmage, positive play after positive play throughout this first quarter. So pregame, we talked about getting it done in the trenches, and so far the Trojans' big fellas are getting it done. Marshall in motion. Ball looks. Oh, thought they were going to get him for a sack, but he's going to avoid it and escape the pocket for a gain of a yard.
And that should do it for quarter number 1, as I don't expect Centerburg to run a play with 10 seconds left.
And Centerburg is going to let the clock run out. So with that, we come to the end of quarter number 1 here at Centerburg High School. It is Centerburg 8, Johnstown 6. You're watching Friday Night Football live and free on the OH Report.
Trojan Nation, tonight we
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
Welcome back to Centerburg High School. Centerburg leads 8-6. We are one play into the second quarter. On that play that we missed there, Marshall went for a 5-yard run up the middle. First quarter, Centerburg 103 total yards of offense. Johnstown 74. Both teams, all of that offense comes from the run game. Ball rolls right, looks, toss to Bollinger, and to the 38-yard line is going to be short. Basically a no gain. That brings up fourth down and 3 for the Trojans. Right now they're keeping their offense on the field. They might feel like they have to put points on the board and just outscore Johnstown tonight.
Yeah, and Hayden Love so far 1 target earlier on 4th down. He was unable to come down with it. Johnstown-Monroe doing a great job of preventing him from beating him downfield.
And it doesn't look like they've rolled coverage towards him and bracketed him or anything. Now he's going to go in motion. And instead it's going to be a quick kick by Ball. And it will drop dead at the 34-yard line. So Ball punts it, and Johnstown takes over on their own 34.
Yeah, I seen Centerburg working on that earlier. That's how they closed out their pregame warm-up, was that little pooch from Blaine Ball. But I'm impressed so far with the Johnnies' defense. They're forcing Centerburg to run the ball. They're not allowing Ball any time in the pocket to make the reads or make that deep pass, which is what he beat Zanesville with last week to Hayden Love for the entire game.
10:30 to go, quarter number 2 here. First half action from Centerburg High School on a gorgeous Friday night in Central Ohio. Johnstown, handoff, Sager, met immediately, brought down to the line of scrimmage. Great penetration there by the defensive line of Centerburg.
Yeah, and as of right now, you see it. Centerburg winning in the trenches. You had 1 big run by Sager earlier, his first carry for 45 yards. Other than that, they've held him to 2, 3, 4 yards a carry, which compared to what they did last week is a good stat line.
Yeah, the defensive line just occupying blockers allowed Love to come off the edge there and make the tackle. 2nd and 10. Rolls, looks, gonna keep it, 40. Out to about the 42-yard line.
Carter with the keeper, tackled by Haas.
Sean Carter, or
Brings up 3rd down and 3.
Yeah. Luke Carter on the carry. Haas comes up for the tackle.
3rd and 3, 3rd and 4.
3rd and 3, gain of 7 there for Carter. Big play here on 3rd down. Handoff, and Centerburg is waiting on it. Ballinger wasn't fooled, stayed home, and brought down the runner.
As you'll see right here
on the carry.
I mean, the Monarch Title Services replay is going to show it all. Ballinger stayed home, blew that play up, and now you're going to force Johnstown into another punt.
So nice job there by, again, that Centerburg defensive line. Jackson Ballinger just waiting on that, and he cleaned it up, held him to no gain. Snap is good. Kick, fair catch called for, and it will be at the 15-yard line. So again, tough starting field position for Johnstown. Last possession they started on their own 10. This time they will take over on their own 15. Trojans leading 8-6. 8:29 to go here in the 2nd quarter.
178 of them out there watching us on the good old YouTube. Mark?
I'd like to thank all of you for watching. Thank our sponsors for allowing us to bring us this game.
And it's kind of eerily similar to what we seen last Thursday at our first game. Well played first half by both squads. Same thing I seen Friday.
Ball in the shotgun. Fakes it to Marshall, keeps it. Almost had a seam there. He had one guy to beat, and he had a huge hole, but he could not split that gap. Ball was the ball carrier. Grayson Gross, 6'2", 210-pound junior, made the tackle, saved a big gainer. Ball 1 of 4 on the night. No passing yards, but as we said, the Centerburg rushing attack has been on point tonight. They have been dominant. Ball to Marshall, and Johnstown was right there.
Cole Carey.
Yeah, he came in unblocked on that left side. He was there just as Ball was trying to give the ball to Marshall. Gonna be a loss of 3. And now you're looking 3rd and long. With that, Trojans are going to go to 4 wide receiver set, bring Marshall out to the near side. Johnnies look like they're going to drop into zone coverage. Ball rolls under pressure and lost the football. It's loose, and I think Johnstown has it.
As we'll take a look at it.
Big turnover there. Centerburg turns it over on the 5-yard line, recovered by Johnstown in the red zone.
Huge turn of events now, and Johnstown's going to be inside of the 10 with a chance to punch it in and take the lead.
They're going to mark it at the 7. So Johnstown with the first, or gets the first turnover on the night. 7 yards from pay dirt. Myers and Sager, and again, Bollinger, great job.
Bollinger is doing a phenomenal job from his in position of staying home.
He's making plays. He just ran that one down from behind. Loss of 2 there for Sager.
Score updates in the area while we wait for this play. Tiffin Calvert leads Monroeville 13-7 in the second quarter.
2nd and goal from the 9. Keeper immediately hit, and he pitches it. Sager has it, and Sager's going to dance his way in. Luke Carter on the quarterback keeper was getting held up. Saw Sager out there lateraling the football. A little bit dangerous, but it works out, and Sager takes it in for the 9-yard touchdown run, and Johnstown takes the lead.
And I mean, you can't, it's almost a speed option from the I formation. I don't even know if that was intended to happen, but it couldn't work out any better if you're the Johnnies.
That was a little backyard football play, it looked like. Sager gets his 2nd touchdown of the night. Johnny's going for 2. Ball given and stopped again. It was Sheets, the ball carrier, and the Centerburg defense stands up for a 2nd time and stops the 2-point conversion. So with 6:15 to go here in the first half, it's Johnstown 12, Centerburg 8. You're watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
The Touchdown Club would like to thank the following businesses for
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
Welcome back to Centerburg High School. The Johnstown Johnnies take advantage of a turnover deep in Centerburg territory. Johnnies go 7 yards for a touchdown after the fumble recovery to take a 12-8 lead here in the first half. I'm Mark Bollinger along with Josh Banks. You're watching Friday Night Football on the OH Report. Good battle between two undefeated teams in non-conference play. Johnstown goes to kick the football off, and they were offsides on the far sideline. So they'll bring it back and kick it again. Aiden Colley a little bit antsy on that one, it looked like. So Centerburg came out, takes an early 8-0 lead. Great drive, finishes it off, makes the two-point conversion. But since then, Johnstown has rallied 2 touchdown drives of their own, 70-yard drive and then a 7-yard drive to take this 12-8 lead.
Yeah, they did everything right on that 7-yard drive too. You know, a little option play, you got it to Sager. He's able to punch it in.
Love, left side, 30, 35, 40, and down the sideline. Nice return by Hayden Love.
They're going to mark him at like the 37-yard line.
Love on the return. Steps out of bounds at the
I'm sure Centerburg will gladly take that. Last 2 drives that started on their own 10 and their own 15, so not being in the shadow of their own end zone has to be refreshing for the Centerburg offense.
Yeah, it's got to be refreshing for the offense, and it's got to be one of those things where you're happy. You're in a position again where you've got a shot to move the ball. You've proven that from this distance you can move it and move it well. But again, we yet to see them really get to throw the ball downfield with Blaine Ball.
Different formation here for Centerburg. Bunch set, near side, and it's in motion. Quarterback keeper, was quarterback run the whole way, and Johnstown was waiting on it. Stood up there. The Johnstown defensive line has found some answers.
Yeah, they're running a lot of inside zone, a lot of that read play where everything's going in between the guard and the tackle. Occupy a blocker, let a linebacker fill the gap, and you can prevent those big plays.
Well, we saw a lot of doses of Miles Marshall early. He's not gotten too many touches of late. The Centerburg offense is kind of stalling out here. Marshall now go out to the slot 5 wide, trips to the near side. Here comes the blitz. Ball rolls, looks, finds Bollinger. He goes down to catch it.
Ball's pass complete to Bollinger.
Good job there by Bollinger to just make sure he went down to make that catch. He had a linebacker screaming at him for Johnstown. But if you're Centerburg, this is an absolutely, you've got to at least continue to drive the ball down the field. The last thing you want to do is give this Johnstown offense the ball again before half, and then know they get the ball at half as well.
Yeah, big 3rd and 4 here, just under 5 to go in the first half. Ball rolls left. Here comes the Johnnies. Quick throw. Bollinger bobbles it, and he was juggling it, and they're going to say he hauled it in, but he's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down, and it's decision time here for Centerburg. So they had ball on the roll.
Big
Bollinger covering across the field.
Yeah, huge decision here for Coach Coella. I mean,
it could be the quick kick again. Is what Johnstown is expecting. 4th and 2, their own 45. Love in motion, and they're going to look to run it. Good blocks. Can he get wide? 45, and he reaches. He extends it forward, and it looks like that last effort by Ball gets him the first down, and it does. Great individual effort there by Blaine Ball.
Yeah, and that's a great job by Blaine to know where the marker is, know where I have to get to, and if I got to extend, I'm going to extend. The only thing scary is they're extending with one hand. That ball gets punched out. That could be a very dangerous situation.
Well, and great decision there by tight end Jackson Bollinger. He had the edge, could have very easily had a block in the back. Instead, he saw it, just put his hand straight up in the air to make sure the referee didn't call anything, just got in the guy's way, allowed the ball to turn the corner and get that first down. Centerburg's 7th first down of the night. 1st and 10. Play fake. Goes down the right side and throws it out of bounds.
Ball's pass is incomplete.
Looks like might have been some confusion on the routes that were supposed to be run. He was looking for number 18. That's Indiciani. He kind of curled off.
Yeah,
I think he was expecting him to go on like a wheel route.
On a wheel route, yeah. Keep the route going. He stopped it. Incomplete. 3:51 to go. 2nd and 10. Almost to midfield. Handoff. Marshall. Left side. Hit. Brought down. Tackle there by Cole Carey.
Now you're 3rd and 6.
Marshall with the carry. Tackle by
And you're
Carey,
slowly
brings up 3rd
showing
down
that
6.
you can throw the ball. Heavy dose of the run. But at some point, 3.5 to go, you're going to have to take a shot and try to get a little bit farther down the field.
Well, what I like about what Centerburg's doing is you've established some run game. Now you can get into that play action and see if you can find some seams in that defense. Instead, Marshall, big gap, 40, 35, 30, and brought down. Big run by Miles Marshall, and again, another gaping hole on the left side. Centerburg offensive line did some work.
And again, it's the patience of Miles Marshall. He took that handoff from Ball. He allowed his blockers to establish, and then he found the hole and got through it, something he's done several times here this evening.
1st and 10, ball on the Johnstown 25, 2:54 to go. Centerburg trying to score a touchdown here and take the lead before the half. Empty backfield. Ball. Looks, quarterback keep, and Johnstown was there. Oh, he avoids it. He's going to get a nice gain, but there's going to be a flag, and this is coming back.
Yeah, there'll more than likely be a hold on that outside edge.
There's 2 flags down. I think both of them are going to be holding on Centerburg. So it was designed quarterback draw, blown up by the Johnstown defensive line. Ball escaped it, but there was a hold in there. And that will be the 3rd penalty of the night for Centerburg. 3 penalties for 25 yards. And 1st and 10 from the 25 is now going to become 1st and 20. Keep an eye on that clock. Only 2:32 to go here in the first half.
A massive opportunity.
Centerburg has all 3 timeouts. Ball looking to the sideline. Looks like they're changing plays.
As there's a 5 up for the play clock.
Handoff. Marshall hit right away. Good play there again by Cole Carey.
We've called that young man's name quite a few times defensively tonight, Mark, for this. He's a middle linebacker for this defense for the Johnnies, and he fills the gap extremely well, and he reads the play very well as well.
Yeah, 6'2", 200-pound sophomore. Brought the hammer. A loss of 1.
Did you say sophomore?
Sophomore.
Wow.
Impressive young man. 2nd and 21. Under 2 minutes to go here in half number 1 from Centerburg. Trojans trailing 12-8 to Johnstown.
They're gonna bring
false
pressure
start,
off the edge.
and they didn't get it. And ball is hit as he throws. They had a chance to call a false start. Marshall took a quick step. No call there. But then ball throws it incomplete. Now 3 of 8 on the night, for ball. And Centerburg will take a timeout.
I think the big thing here so far that we've seen is Centerburg does want to throw the ball with Blaine Ball, but the defensive line for Johnstown is getting a lot of pressure on Ball. He doesn't have the opportunity to allow the routes to develop and make his read. He's having to snap it, and he's got 1, 2, maybe 2 seconds to get rid of the ball before he's being hit.
Well, and I think that's where that run game, delayed draw, some of that stuff with Marshall has proven very beneficial for the Trojans. Marshall's ripped off some big runs just because I think a part of it is that Johnstown defensive line is getting so much of a push and so far into the backfield that they're running by Marshall as he's hitting holes and getting to the outside. So 1:37 to go here from Centerburg High School. Glorious Friday night in Central Ohio. 12-8 is our score. Johnstown leading the host Trojans.
Tell you what, the first game we did last week, I know what the weather problem was. We were trying to play opening night on a non-Friday, and they didn't like that.
I think miserable would have been the best word to describe it. Just enough rain to make you wet and nasty, and they try to get the ball out to Love, and it falls incomplete. Well, now if you're Johnstown, there's 1:34 to go.
You have 2 timeouts.
You have 2 timeouts. You have a big play player in Sager.
But I think the big thing there is you only have one big play on the evening. He had the big 45-yard run, but then again, you haven't had to move the ball a bunch your last couple drives either.
Love in motion. Ball's looking to throw it. Wheel route, throws it. Love caught. What a catch. Still going to be short, though.
We'll see where they mark him.
Ball pass complete to Love.
He's still going to be about 5 yards short on that. Remember, it was 4th and 21 or so.
How about the catch by Love, though?
About a 14-yard gain on the pass play. Actually, they're calling about an 18-yard gain. Put it just inside the 20.
As good as a punt in that situation. With the pooch punt that they do with ball, that completed pass is just as good as a punt.
1:27 to go. We'll see Johnstown decides to do anything here. They're just going to be willing to hand the ball off to their running back, see if they can pop a big one. If not, go into the half with the lead. They give it to Sager. He gets spread out and looks to get wide. A flag comes in. Good job of stringing that out there by the Centerburg defense.
Yeah, Miles Marshall in the backfield there making a tackle. It's going to be a hold on Johnstown.
And they will accept that penalty. So both teams have been penalized 3 times here in the first half. Really good ball game here in the first half. 2 very evenly matched teams. Both have some skill guys, big play ability, good play in the trenches. 2 solid teams that are both looking to contend for championships in their respective conferences.
And both teams with the ability to do so as well. I don't think there's any question in that one. Centerburg and the K-Mac. Northmore winning another tight one right now, 7-6 over Seneca East. But Centerburg, I think, one of the teams to look out for in the K-Mac this year.
Handoff to the fullback. Myers takes it straight ahead. Centerburg there to greet him quickly. Gain of about a half a yard.
Myers on the carry, tackled by Johnston.
I want to say that you can if you're
Centerburg
going to call a
Centerburg
timeout.
going to use the timeouts, absolutely.
But they used one on that previous drive, so they only have 1 remaining. So, I mean, really at this point, unless you're hoping for a turnover on this next play, you're in a situation where Johnstown can run this second quarter clock out and take us to half.
You never know what can happen. I mean, that's the thing is every play there's a chance for something great to happen. There's also a chance for an unforced turnover. You just never know, and you make them play the game and see what happens.
I mean, we've seen the unforced turnover back in the first quarter for Centerburg on the
ball
ball fumble.
Ball just tried to cut the ball back under pressure and just lost it. It wasn't a big hit. Ball got out of his hands. Johnstown right there to pounce on it and then convert on the quick 7-yard touchdown drive. So 12-8 is our score for the scoring. The first touchdown of the game was scored by Centerburg, Miles Marshall, on a 12-yard touchdown run. Johnstown has answered with 12 straight, 2 rushing touchdowns, a 1-yarder and a 9-yarder by Ryan Sager. Trojans converted on their 2-point conversion. Johnnies did not. So we're at 12-8. Quick throw to Sager in space. Gets away from Marshall. He's on the sideline, 25-30. Has a blocker, 35-40, out beyond the 40-yard line. Nice little swing pass. Got their athlete out in space, and Sager makes a play.
Yeah, and you see why he's their big play guy is he makes a couple guys miss. And the patience, again, he waits for that blocker to get in front of him to give him the opportunity. Now, I almost feel like he could have cut that off that blocker's hip and came inside and got more yards out of that. But now after that big play, we're going to see a Johnstown Johnnies timeout, Mark.
Well, now if you're Johnstown, you're thinking, you're 1 or 2 plays away from, potentially running a field goal kicker out there. I'm not sure what Johnstown has as far as the kick game. We've seen it more and more how some of these more rural teams, especially, some of these schools, Johnstowns that have soccer, you've got these soccer guys that are coming out and kicking on Friday nights for the football team, and they're doing some impressive stuff.
As we take a look at the beautiful turf down at Tuff Street Stadium for Danville, they are trailing in their home opener 20-8 to Utica.
Okay, Utica, of course, shut out last week by Centerburg 34-0. So Utica responding this week, playing obviously a much better first half.
Northmore holds a 14-6 lead at home over the Seneca East Tigers, on the road. Elgin, we seen Elgin week 1. They have a 12-7 lead at the half over Ridgedale.
Elgin's a team that's got a chance to win some games in that league. Carter rolls, throws, Sager caught, 45, 50, and he doesn't get out of bounds.
Also doesn't get a first down.
He gets about 9. Sager needed to get out of bounds there and stop the clock, but it continues to churn. 8-yard gain on the throw.
Both teams, it looks like, with 1 timeout left. Johnstown going to go quick.
Throw. Oh, dropped. Good throw there. Sheets just couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, great throw there from Carter. Now you're 3rd and 2, 15 seconds left, and hey, Centerburg can go deep if they get an opportunity.
Well, if you're Johnstown here, I don't think it's a big secret that the ball's going to probably end up in Ryan Sager's hands.
You need 2 yards, give it to your playmaker, let him get the 2 yards. Even if you don't score here, you go into halftime up 12-8.
And Johnstown's going to burn their last time out here. Make the decision here on what they're going to do. Looking across the field, Centerburg still has a timeout here. So if it's a quick play, if you just run it up the middle, it takes 4 or 5 seconds off the clock. Centerburg could easily call timeout. If you don't get the first down, you're looking at 4th down near midfield with 10 seconds to go. A lot of things can happen. Force the punt return.
You force the punt, and you've got 2 dangerous gentlemen back there returning it.
Or if you look at it from the attacking perspective, if you're Johnstown, you're looking at this going, okay, we just burned our last time out, but we have 2 plays.
Yep.
Get a first down, line up, spike it, and then let's take a shot. See if Sager can break free and get over the top of this defense and put one on the board. So 15 seconds to go here. First half action from Centerburg. Johnstown 12, Centerburg 8. 3rd and 2.
Sager going to come off the field, Mark. As they'll put the big boy in the backfield.
And it's going to go to Myers. He gets the first down and brought down about 43-yard line, so a gain of 6. They line up, clock is running, under 10 seconds. Now they're going to take a shot at the end zone. Carter throws it up. He's got a guy and falls incomplete.
With 1 second left on the clock.
Left on the clock.
As we'll see, at this point, you take a shot, but here's the fear. If you take that shot and you throw a pick 6, then you go in the locker room in a different atmosphere. It's almost hand it off, going to halftime up 12-8 and be done with it.
When you talk about decision-making from quarterbacks, I don't know how many of you out there were watching college football last night, but Rutgers, Ohio U, Rutgers is ahead 34-31. OU drives. They're in field goal territory. First down, like the 30 on Rutgers 30. Definitely have an easy shot to just kick the field goal and tie it. They try to go deep on first down, and that's exactly what happens. Interception, underthrown ball, and Rutgers holds on. And the first half is going to end with a play by the Centerburg defense. So with that, first half action at Centerburg comes to a close. It is Johnstown 12, Centerburg 8. You're watching high school football on the OH Report. We'll be back after this quick timeout.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
songs to this next tune, but it can get real savage-like. Fleetwood Mac and Southern Cal Band's collaboration. Please enjoy the Big Red Band's version of Tusk. Always a crowd favorite of tuba fans everywhere. Get ready to stand up and cheer as the Big Red Band performs under the lights to the sounds of the Doobie Brothers with Long Train Running.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
You're strong, you're valued, you're loved, and we're just so happy to have you here.
This event is one of the greatest things ever to see community come together and see people pay tribute to those that they love and those that they've lost.
Whatever it is you're going through, whatever it is you've been through, you don't have to go through it alone.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
Outstanding job at halftime by both the Johnstown and Centerburg bands. Great performances there, and it's kind of matched a really, really good first half we've seen between these two teams, both 1-0 in a big non-conference game early in the season.
Yeah, I mean, can't credit the bands enough. That's one of the best halftime shows I've seen in the last 5 years. But let's talk stats. Pretty even as the score is. You know, we talked at the break. The one difference in this game is that one turnover by Centerburg in the red zone that allowed the Johnnies to take the 12-8 lead. Centerburg ran for 139 yards in that first half. Johnstown goes for 95, but they passed for 42. Both teams commit 3 penalties, 30 penalty yards on Johnstown, 25 on the Trojans of Centerburg, and it's been about as balanced as you could ask for on a Friday night. Now, the big question in the second half, Mark, is going to be which defense can continue to play at what they were playing at in half number one. Big play is going to be a difference maker, whether it's Sager from Johnstown or it's Marshall from Centerburg.
Well, we have seen a very solid first half. Both the offensive and defensive lines from both these squads have made some big plays, gotten some big stops, but also sprung their skill guys for some big plays, as you talked about, the 45-yard run at one point by Sager, and then some big runs by Miles Marshall for Centerburg. So to recap the scoring, Centerburg struck first on a 12-yard touchdown run by Miles Marshall. They converted on the 2-point conversion to lead 8-0. Johnstown rallied. First, it was a 1-yard touchdown by Ryan Sager. 2-point conversion was no good. Sager again then scores from 9 yards out. Again, 2-point conversion does not work, and that leads us to this 12-8 lead at the half. As you said, the biggest play of the game in this very balanced first half was the turnover deep in Centerburg territory, the fumble recovered by Johnstown. They only had to go 7 yards for a touchdown. They did that and took that 12-8 lead.
Well, and that offensive possession by Johnstown when they only had to go 7 yards was also very good awareness by the quarterback Carter. He got hit in the backfield, managed to find Sager on a pitch to allow him to run it in.
So here we are, second half action underway. Johnstown, the ball, and Sager makes a cut, bounces it wide, 40, watch out, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. You're not going to catch him. Touchdown, Ryan Sager. Big play to start the half, 66 yards for a touchdown, and the Johnstown Johnnies strike quick.
And we talked about it and talked about it and talked about it. His first carry of the game goes for 45 yards. He's got big play potential, and they come out and they say, hey, how about we show it off again here in the first play of half number 2? And he runs it in from 60-plus.
One play, 66 yards. Johnstown up 18-8. Sager just hit the hole, saw some traffic, bounced it wide, and once he got through that one tackler, he had the edge, and it was just a foot race. Handoff, fullback. He's fighting, and he is not going to get it. So, again, Johnstown tries for 2 and comes up short. The Centerburg defense staunch on the 2-point conversions, 18-8 Johnstown.
And, I mean, we're about 10 seconds into the half, so we can stay here after that touchdown. We talked about who was going to make the big play first. Johnstown comes out, and they just punch the Trojans right in the mouth. How does Centerburg answer? That's going to be the question. If Centerburg can answer with a score and make this an 18-16 game or even an 18-14 game and keep yourself in it, that's going to be absolutely crucial right now. They have to put points on the board, Mark.
Right, the emotional response is critical right now. It's like, don't go into panic mode if you're Centerburg. And they're a veteran team. Yeah, they've got some guys that have been through the wars, and look for them to respond here. But first half, Johnstown, 95 yards rushing. They get 66 on the first carry of the second half. Big play, Ryan Sager takes it to the house. And that's exactly why they were able to put 70 on the scoreboard last week in Week 1 win over Zanesville. So 18-8, 11:44 to go here in quarter number 3. Johnstown prepares to kick off.
Who can make a big play now for the Trojans? We haven't seen much out of Hayden Love so far here this evening. Can he make a big play on a kick return here, Mark?
Marshall and Love deep. Kick taken at the 15. Love 25, 30. They box him in. Just not a lot of room there. He'll be brought down around the 30-yard line.
Love on the return, tackled by Colley. First down, Trojans at the 30-yard line.
And now if you're Centerburg, you don't have to answer quick. You don't need a one-play touchdown like they just got. You don't need a 2 or 3-play touchdown. Drive down the field as there's going to be a holding call on Centerburg
the flag
there.
That nobody really saw. Neither sideline saw it. I don't know if it just came in really late, but nobody was reacting. And that'll be the 4th penalty of the night on Centerburg.
And another one, just like earlier, the block in the back on the return. It's going to push them deep into their own territory, as that'll put them at the 20-yard line.
So 1st and 10 from their own 20. Blaine Ball in the shotgun. Marshall will now come to join him in the backfield. Motions into the pistol. Handoff, Marshall running hard, gain of about 5. A good play on first down there by Marshall, breaking some arm tackles.
Yeah, Marshall's done that all night long.
Centerburg back to the line. Play call comes in. The ball looks over the Johnstown defense. Ball and Marshall in the backfield. Ball looks, throws, caught. Love, first down. Nice throw and catch there. 6-yard gain. Move the chains.
Quick love to Hayden Love, and I think that's kind of something that they did last week. Quick drop, quick throw to Hayden Love. Quick drop, quick throw, and then here you got the guy with the speed of Hayden Love. You run a little stop and go with him, get a pump fake, and he'll beat somebody down the field.
Again, just what you see so many times, just getting your best athletes the ball out in space. A lot of pressure on those cornerbacks and the safeties coming up. They have to make that tackle in space. If not, Love's going to house it. Now, ball two beside him. Love goes in motion. Handoff, and Johnstown is there. Just too slow developing, and the Johnnies defensive line gets some serious push.
You see the motion come, they run with the motion, and nobody, absolutely nobody, touches Cole Carey.
Loss of 3 on the play. 2nd and 13 from the 28. Johnnies scored on their second drive of the game. They went 60 yards for a touchdown. The last 4 possessions resulting in no points. The Trojans. Ball escapes the pocket, runs left. First down, 40, 45, out near midfield. Nice job by Ball. He looked, didn't see anything he liked. He tucked it, ran to space.
And the one thing I love about what Blaine Ball does, Mark, is when he gets in space, he doesn't try to get extra yardage. He gets where he can get, and he gets out of bounds. He doesn't take the unnecessary hits, and he stops the clock.
10th first down on the night for Centerburg. And the Trojans have done a nice job of moving the ball all night, but they find themselves trailing by 10. That deep turnover and then the big play run by Sager has been the difference. And false start on Centerburg.
False start on the Trojans.
So after only having 3 penalties in the first half, 2 quick ones here in the third quarter against the Trojans.
I didn't quite see it there on our Monarch Title Services replay.
Trojans shooting themselves in the foot a little bit here. Again, they're going to be forced to convert. Behind the sticks, 1st and 15. Johnny's looking to bring pressure.
Quick pass here to Love or Marshall.
And here comes the blitz. They got him. Ball is rolling. Looks, throws, caught. 45, out to the 49-yard line. Nice job by Ball, escaping the pressure. Rolling to his right and finding Eli Indiciani. Indiciani with a gain of 7. So good play there. 1st and 15 becomes 2nd and 6. Nice little chunk play. Get a manageable 2nd down here for the Trojans. Ball looks, pump fakes over the top, and there's going to be the flag.
There's the flag, yep.
And it's just what you talked about. Little stop and go with Hayden Love. And I think that ball was going to be overthrown.
It was.
But you can't bring the receiver down, so pass interference against Johnstown.
Yeah, if you're Sladen Fouch there for the Johnnies, you cannot make that mistake. The ball was overthrown. Love had no chance of going to get it. You just gave them a first down.
I love the play call there, though, by the Trojans' offensive staff. They've been going short and quick passing game, quick pump fake, get the secondary to bite and try to go over the top.
231 of you out there watching us on YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out with Mark and I on a Friday night. We've got many, many other live streams going on this evening. As my memory serves me correctly, I want to say we have at least 8, maybe 9 live streams live and free on the OH Report this evening, Mark.
OH Report, definitely your home for high school sports. We've got you covered all over North Central and Central Ohio. Handoff, big gap again. A gain of about 10. This time, that was Sean Carter. 5'8" senior gets a touch.
And how about, again, we've talked about it all night, the trench work by the line of the Centerburg Trojans has been phenomenal here this evening, especially on the offensive side of things.
Yeah, that left side has created some massive holes for the Trojan running game. Carter with a nice gain, another first down for Centerburg. Handoff, Carter again, feed him the ball.
And I tell you what, he had a big hole mark. He slipped as he was trying to cut outside. There was a blocker on that end or that outside hip. If he's able to get that edge, he probably walks that into the end zone.
A little slippery out there with the dew, moisture in the air, but what a beautiful night here in Centerburg. Great crowd on hand. And a big non-conference game between two teams that are 1-0 coming into the week. 2nd and 8. Ball, throws, caught, makes a man miss, fights his way down to inside the 20-yard line. That was Tommy.
Brings up 2nd down and 4. 3rd down and 4.
Oh, House with a nice little gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 4. Inside the 20. Trojans need to convert and get points on this drive. Split backfield behind ball. Love in motion. Backwards throw. Caught. Block. 20, 15, 10. Nice play by Love. That'll go as a run with the backwards pass, and another first down for Centerburg.
Yeah, really moving the ball well now, and they're going back to their comfort zone. They're moving the ball. It's the motion. It's the swing passes. Eventually, you get caught sleeping on that guy swinging, and you get beat down the field.
Well, yeah, they're just spreading the ball into space. I mean, they're using all of the field. Carter behind ball. 1st and 10 on the 11. Quick throw. He's got him. Oh, and dropped little out in front of him.
Pass intended for
Aliciani had some space if he could have hauled it in. A little confusion there on the Johnstown side. Centerburg unable to capitalize. Halfway through quarter number 3, 18-8. Johnstown leading Centerburg, but the Trojans knocking on the door. Signani in motion, play fake, quick rip, and ball didn't have a chance. Brought down on the sack there, loss of about 9.
And nobody other than Cole Carey came untouched off the edge.
So what was looking promising, 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line, is now 3rd and 19 from the 20. They can get a first down on the 1. Ball rolls, looks, throws, and out of bounds.
Ball's pass intended for Love is incomplete.
Love and Bollinger over on that side. Ball throws it out of the end zone. So you're 4th and 19. You're basically 4th and goal. Ball's on the 20-yard line. As we said, they can get a first down on the 1. Trojans look to go for it. 3 wide receivers. Carter with ball in the backfield. Johnstown looks like they're going to bring pressure. Ball drops, throws, and just a little too high. He had Jackson Bollinger running down the seam. Just couldn't connect.
Great
and
read.
Centerburg turns it over on downs.
So great read there by Ball. They were playing a little bit of a – it was an interesting coverage. They're almost in like a cover 2 man there, Mark. They went with the motion. The 2 safeties stayed home, and nobody was in the seam with the tight end.
Just a little too high. Bollinger got his hand up but couldn't reel it in. And the Johnnies get a stop again after Johnstown moves the football. And that has been the theme. Excuse me, after Centerburg moves the ball. Centerburg has moved the ball tonight, just not able to cap off drives with points. Handoff to the fullback, breaks the tackle, out to the 31-yard line. Myers. He rumbles for about 10.
On the carry, tackled by Love.
And he's the kind of running back that just wears you down as the game goes on. Move the chains, first down Johnnies. Well, we talked about last week, Johnstown only threw the ball 3 times, kept it on the ground. Look for them to do that here in the second half, nursing a 10-point lead, 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, and they have the football.
No, Sager on the carry. He got about 2. No gain. They'll call it no gain. A big stop here for Centerburg if they can get it. You're down 10. You got 4:50 left in quarter number 3. Plenty of time left, Mark, for them to mount a comeback, put a couple scores in. You just can't have the big play happen.
Yeah, Johnny's just willing to let that clock run, eat up some time, eat up some yards. Handoff. Sager tries to cut it back, little jump cut, and he's hit right away. Defensive line filling the gap. One of the guys in there was Lee Reed and Jaden Pagani. So gain of 3 for Sager. His helmet came off, so he will have to check out of the game. Looks like Sheets will check in as the tailback. So I formation. Luke Carter the quarter. Nope, they're going to go out of it instead of the I. They're going to split it out. Myers will be beside him. Carter rolls, throws, nice catch.
How about that one? We haven't seen him throw it much, but that is a huge catch.
Christian Campese. Christian Campese with the diving catch.
Complete to Campese.
Campese, excuse me. Nice throw, nice catch. Move the chains for the Johnnies. And every first down Johnstown gets, it's just going to be another couple minutes off the clock with the way they control the football.
That's the Knox Community Hospital first down.
Thank you to Knox Community Hospital for their sponsorship. Appreciate that. Handoff, Myers. And just driving up the field is Myers.
Myers on the carry, tackled by Bryant.
Bryant with the stop, but a great block by Grayson Goodman. 6'4", 245-pound senior. Myers just got behind him, and they just rolled for a gain of 7.
And Myers has done that all night long. Lowers his head, runs through tacklers, and guaranteed positive yards.
Sager bounced it first down, jumps over defender, down to the 40, inside the 40. And another first down for the Johnnies. Nice jump cut there. Sager makes a man miss. He's elusive.
First down, Johnstown.
He sees holes, he finds them, and he's very good at making the first tackler miss.
We talked about wearing him down. The last 3 carries for Myers, the big fullback, has went for 6 yards, 10 yards, 7 yards. So the chunk yardage is starting to pick up a little bit here. Sager again tries to go right, makes the first man miss. Again, chance to get him right at the line of scrimmage and missed him, and now Centerburg has a man down. Hopefully this is just a cramp.
As that looks like Hayden Love.
And with that, we will take a quick timeout with 2:11 to go here in the third quarter from Centerburg High School. It's Johnstown 18, Centerburg 8. You're watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grow hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
High school football on Friday night here at Centerburg. Mark Bollinger along with Josh Banks. Johnstown leading Centerburg 18-8. Hayden Love is the Centerburg player who is currently down and being tended to. So while we have a few seconds here, we'll roll through some other scores for those of you who are tuning in out there. In MOAC action, third quarter, it's Mansfield, Madison 7, River Valley 7. At Shelby leading Lexington 22-13. Clear Fork leads Zanesville 39-0. Ashland 42, Marion Harding 7. Ontario coming off a week 1 loss to Lexington leads Norwalk 37-0. Hopewell Loudon 14, Pleasant 7. Some other area scores in the KMAC. Mount Gilead in the third quarter leads Upper Sandusky 7-6. Northmore and Seneca East tied at 14. MOAC score, Gallion 27, Cary 7 in the third. Another MOAC score, Dalton leads Highland 14-0.
Hillsdale 31, Lucas nothing.
31-0 Lucas. So we'll try to keep you updated here as we resume play. Handoff quickly. Myers, quick hitter. 5 guys stack him up there. Centerburg defense was ready for that.
Yeah, one of the first times that he's been stopped for, at the line of scrimmage yardage or negative yards.
Clark Red and I think Hagan Bryant in there on the leading the charge on the defensive side. So big third down here, 3rd and 3. Trojan defense trying to get off the field. Clock ticks under a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. Johnstown holding a 10-point lead. Looking to add on. Handoff, Sager steps over defender, breaks a tackle and gets the first down. Sager, again, just making a man miss at the line of scrimmage. And then yards after contact, drives ahead for a gain of about 10.
And Sager showing why 9 carries for 176 yards last week is no slouch for him, as he's not touched the ball a whole bunch tonight, but he's well over the 100-yard mark.
Well, you can see when he gets a touch, he can take it to the house at any point. And this time Myers just, again, hit right at the line of scrimmage, but bounces off the would-be tackler, puts his head down, 2 hands on the ball, and just rumbles downhill. Gain of 8 on first down.
And I think the one thing that we're noticing about this Johnnies team is, we see a lot of teams that want to come out and run the football, like the Lucas Cubs, like the Danville Blue Devils. They come out in that wishbone, that wing tee. Johnnies are just coming out in a strong eye just powering it right at you.
Sager again gets a line, bounces outside. He dances his way to the end zone. Touchdown, but there's a flag on the play. Hold on, late flag.
Johnstown, penalty marker on the play.
And I think this one might be something that happened after the play, an unsportsmanlike conduct maybe, a defenseless player hit. I think it's going to be on Centerburg. From the reaction of the official, I think it's going to go against Centerburg. It looks like the 14-yard touchdown will stand.
While the refs sort it out, I want to give a shout-out to all of our sponsors tonight. Webb's Marathon and Automotive. Stop by Webb's Marathon to join the Webb's Rewards program where you can earn dollars off fuel and free drinks and coffee. Go Trojans. AmVets. At Centerburg AmVets Post 59, we honor our veterans, celebrate our community, cheer for the Trojans, and welcome everyone to come enjoy great food and drinks at the club. Monarch Title Services. If you're selling or refinancing your real estate, you get to choose the title company. Why not support those who support the Trojans and close with confidence anytime, anywhere? Knox Public Health, committed to the health of the community by promoting healthy lifestyles, preventing illnesses, and protecting the community. As we'll get that score up now for the Johnnies.
So unsportsmanlike conduct goes against Centerburg. The touchdown, 14-yarder by Ryan Sager is good. His 4th touchdown of the night.
He had 3 last weekend, so 7 in 2 weeks.
Johnnies again lining up to go for 2. First 3 attempts on the night. Centerburg has stuffed the 2-point conversion attempt by Johnstown. Now they look different and throw, and he's in. The conversion is good. First 3 times they tried to run it up the gut. This time they roll Carter out. Colley catches it. 2 more on the board, and Johnstown extends their lead to 26-8, and another penalty marker is down. Unsportsmanlike conduct, this time against Johnstown. But the 2-point conversion is good. So with 7 seconds to go here in quarter number 3, it's Johnstown 26, Centerburg 8. You're watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health, to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
Welcome back to Centerburg High School, where the Trojans scored first, took an 8-0 lead, but now Johnstown has reeled off 26 straight points to take a commanding 26-8 lead with 7 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Ryan Sager, the running back from Johnstown, have yourself a night, young man. Through 3 quarters, 14 carries, 165 yards, and 4 touchdowns for number 2.
Almost a whole handful on the evening mark, and we still got a whole quarter of football left to play.
I have a feeling he might get a few more touches in the fourth quarter. Well, Centerburg here, down 26-8, needs to put together a drive and finish it. They have had several drives tonight where Centerburg has moved the football. They've just not been able to finish the drives with points.
Absolutely. They've done a good job, Miles Marshall. But what I've noticed so far in half number 2, Mark, Miles Marshall has not hardly touched the ball at all from that running back position.
2 carries, 2 yards, second half for Miles Marshall. Kickoff goes to Love. 20. And immediately pinned in, and nice special teams coverage there by the Johnnies. And a flag comes flying again.
On the return, tackle by Grady.
It'll be holding on Centerburg as they just signaled. I want to say is that their 3rd consecutive kickoff with a penalty?
It's second or third. Yep, 7 penalties on the night, but
1 second. We will be announcing the 50-50 number.
Again,
50-50
the starting field position for Centerburg has been a struggle at times. They started one drive at their 10 after a penalty, another at the 15. This one
looks like it'll be at about their 15, maybe even, yep, it'll be the 15.
Right at the 15. So over half their possessions tonight, the Trojans have started at their own 20 or inside their 20. But again, they've moved the football, just unable to capitalize at the end.
Moved it very efficiently, doing a great job bouncing out the offense. Again, just can't punch it across the goal line.
Well, there's ever a time you need a touchdown drive. Here it is if you're Centerburg. Handoff. Marshall, he has space. He could go 40, 45, 50, and he's brought down. There's lightning.
Marshall with the carry, tackled by Carey.
About a 34-yard jaunt to finish the third quarter. There's the burst we were seeing early in the game. And with that
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grow hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
It is money time here on the OH Report. Fourth quarter action from Centerburg High School. And with that, money in the bank. Miles Marshall take it to the house from 48 yards. Miles Marshall, 85 yards on his last 2 carries. And Centerburg's back in the ballgame. And now I understand. I understand you've got to watch celebrations, but this is high school sports. I think they threw a flag for unsportsmanlike conduct after the touchdown for celebration because I think he spiked the football. There was no Johnnies around.
It wasn't
Let the
directed
kid
at
celebrate.
anybody. Yeah.
He just went 85 yards on his last 2 carries, including the 48-yard touchdown run. But they throw the penalty flag. But Centerburg right back in the ball game, 26-14.
And there goes that man, Miles Marshall. We were just talking about it. Before those last 2 carries, he had 2 carries for 2 yards in the second half. Hey, let the man eat with the night that he has had.
2 touchdown runs on the night. The first half he went in from 12 yards out. That one from 48. Centerburg cuts into the lead, 26-14, 11:53 to go. Plenty of time here for the Trojans.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Trojans.
But now it makes this 2-point conversion extremely difficult if you're the Trojans.
Yeah, so the 2-point conversion now will go from about the 18-yard line.
Blame ball.
And I do apologize to the officials. I understand they've got to call it the way it's written and stuff like that.
At the same
but it's
time,
high school
though,
sports. I mean, we can't take the joy out of the game. He was not trying to show anybody up, wasn't putting anybody's face. ball, throws it, and it's going to fall incomplete. But Centerburg with the answer just when they needed it most. Miles Marshall comes up big. 48-yard touchdown run, cuts this to 26-14 with 11:53 to go.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
Welcome back to Centerburg High School. The Trojans have life, down 26-8. Two-play, 85-yard drive. Thanks to the feet of Miles Marshall and some great blocking up front, Marshall caps it off with a 48-yard touchdown run, cuts the lead to 26-14. Now Johnstown trying to answer. They're going to take this one out to about the 37-yard line. That was Sheets on the return. If you're Johnstown, this is the great time to put together a 5-6 minute drive, finish it off with some points, eat up some clock. Centerburg, of course, looking for a quick 3 and out. They've got to stop Sager and Myers in that
I was going to say,
game.
If you're Johnstown, you want a 4 or 5 minute drive, but Sager's known for big plays. I don't know if a 4 or 5 minute drive is capable when you hand him the football.
But again, down 26-8, giving up 26 unanswered points. Centerburg has found some life. Momentum has swung here a little bit. Can they keep it? Sager bounces it outside. Again, hit near the line of scrimmage, just constantly keeping his feet churning. He does such a good job of bouncing off would-be tacklers and getting yards after contact.
Well, and again, it's just patience. He waited for the blockers. He's seen number 19 for Centerburg, Rodebeck, didn't have an angle, so he kind of used momentum, pushed into him to get to the edge, and that's what he's done all night long, Mark.
Yeah, and you're just going to see heavy doses of Myers and Sager. And again, keeping the feet churning. This right side has been the side that Johnstown has loved to run on.
First down, Johnstown.
And you got 2 plays, 2 first downs for Sager, who at this rate is going to be well over 200 yards on the evening.
A lot of credit to the right side of that offensive line for Johnstown. They are doing work. Fullback up the middle on the dive. Myers plows ahead.
Myers on the carry, tackled by Bryant.
Bryant in on the tackle, gain of 4. Again, just a steady dose of the run game. Line up and try to run it down their throat. Handoff, Sager, left side. He has a hole. Does he bounce outside? No, he cuts it back. Change of direction, down and quickly inside the 5. Ball comes out late.
They're going to call him
down.
down. Yep, they'll call him down. As you'll see it right here on our Monarch Title Services replay. I'll tell you what, Mark, you mentioned it. I think if he bounces that outside, he might be in the end zone for number 5.
I apologize. He's on the 8-yard line, not the 3.
Yeah,
gain
he
of
was
21.
absolutely down, too, by the way, on that fumble. It's probably a smart play there by Sager, though, to keep that ball in bounds and keep the clock moving.
Myers, fullback, right side, pushes. Gain of a couple. So now 2nd and goal. Johnstown immediately back up to the line. They're not worried about taking time off the clock. They're just lining up and bringing it. Sager, right side, dives. Still not in the end zone. Brought down short.
Skylar Merklin with a great tackle.
Gain of 3. 3rd and goal from the 4. Centerburg absolutely cannot allow Johnstown to score.
A touchdown here almost seals the deal for the Johnnies.
And this is where all that summer training, the weightlifting, all those things come into play. Short yardage, Who's going to win the battle in the trenches? Who's going to own the line of scrimmage? Myers, Sager. Handoff, Sager.
Walks in.
And Johnstown with the answer. What a response by the Johnnies. After Centerburg cuts it to a 12-point game, Johnstown takes about 2 minutes off the clock, marches down the field, and capped off with a 4-yard touchdown run by Ryan Sager, number 5 on the night.
It was kind of interesting to me. He didn't see the field on their opening drive, Mark, and they went 3 and out. Now he scored 5 touchdowns on the evening.
Well, he's had 12 carries in the second half, so they have been getting him the ball. Now for the 2-point conversion, they're going to go empty backfield. Carter throws, caught, touchdown. 2-point conversion is good. And the lead extends to 20. Johnstown 34, Centerburg 14, 9:41 to go. You're watching high school football on the OH Report.
Nice, thank you, thank you.
It's high school football on a Friday night on the OH Report. You are looking live at Centerburg High School, where Johnstown has answered and now extended their lead over Centerburg to 34-14, 9:41 to go in the ball game. Both these teams currently sitting at 1-0, and don't let the scoreboard fool you. This has not been a 20-point game.
No.
Centerburg has been able to move the ball. The difference is they just haven't capitalized, finished off their drives. They had a turnover deep in their own territory, recovered a fumble. Johnstown recovered a fumble on the Centerburg 7, punched it in right away. And truly, that's just been the difference in the game. It's been a very competitive ball game tonight between these two outstanding football teams. Short kick, fielded, 34-yard line.
Bollinger.
And Bollinger fields it there, so first down for the Trojans from the 34.
And we kind of talked about it, Centerburg really needed to stop on that drive. There's still 9:41 left in this game, folks. There is nothing that's over about this football game. But it's going to come down to kind of like what we talked about in the pregame, our keys to victory and which defense can come up with the stop. And so far in here, half number 2, that's been the Johnnies.
Well, one thing I really like from the scheduling perspective is it's very similar to what we saw last Thursday night at Elgin. You have a Division 4 team playing against a Division 6 team, just like last week. That River Valley team is the biggest, most athletic team Elgin's going to see all year. What a great non-conference game for them to play as far as getting them ready for their conference season. As ball overthrows his intended receiver just a little bit. And then, same thing here for Centerburg tonight. They're playing against a Johnstown team that went 9-1 a season ago, 1-0 to start the season. They're going to be good again this year in Division 4. You're not going to play very many teams, if any teams, as good as this Johnstown team, especially this rushing attack.
No, and they're preparing themselves for KMAC play. You go out week 2, you play a team that's bigger than you, that might be better than you, but you're getting ready for week 3 and then to roll into KMAC play, and that's exactly what they need to do.
Quick throw, Marshall in space, and I thought he was going to be able to stay in bounds. Wasn't able to. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 39, so gain of 5. Well, no, they're stepping back to about the 38, so gain of 4. Clock is not moving. 9:31 to go, 34-14. Centerburg needs to score and score quick. Bunch formation for the Trojans. Reverse, Love, man space, and great tackle in space.
Hey, go ahead and say that name again.
Which one do you want me to say?
Number 4.
Cole Carey.
The kid's been a menace on the defensive side of things tonight for the Johnnies.
Hayden Love in space. Cole Carey out there. I mean, that's just one-on-one. You've just got to make the tackle. If not, it's going to be a big gainer, and he comes up with it.
He has done that all evening, and it's both sides of the ball. Centerburg's done the same thing. You know, Johnstown tried to get outside, and they've contained them very, very well.
And quick kick here. It's going to bounce out of bounds.
45-yard line.
15-yard punt. So Johnstown will take over on their own 45-yard line. 8:45 to go here in the ball game. Last drive, we saw Johnnies go with a little bit of tempo. Wouldn't be surprised here to see him just really slow it down, use that play clock, shorten this game up.
Here's the thing we keep talking about, though. Yes, if you're Johnstown, you want to eat clock. You want to use the last 8:45 of this fourth quarter. And if you punch it in, you do. But number 2's on the field, and all he knows is big plays.
5 touchdowns on the night for Ryan Sager. Handoff, Sager breaks a tackle. Looks like a shoe or something goes flying. And he's still going to work his way up for a gain of about 14. And a late flag, and I think it's going to be another unsportsmanlike conduct. And now another flag goes flying. So it's getting a little chippy out there as we wind this thing down. It's going to be an offsetting personal foul, I would guess. I think the first one will go against Centerburg.
Yeah, it looks like
one against Johnstown.
It looks like one's going to go on Miles Marshall, a little extracurricular over there on the sideline. And then we'll see what they call on the Johnnies. Again, you expect 2 flags, offsetting. Plays done, plays over with, move on.
We talk it over.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike on Johnstown. Dead ball, personal foul on Centerburg.
Instead of the little, basically offset, take
Yeah,
it forward,
they should
take
offset.
it back.
Yep, take it forward, take it back, and the ball should end up right where it's at right now.
All that goodness, and the end result is going to be Johnstown ball on the Centerburg 46-yard line.
Yeah, the ball shouldn't move. It's offsetting.
So it was a 9-yard run by Sager. The offsetting penalties.
They're both 15-yard penalties. Am I correct, Mark?
Yeah, so a little bit of confusion there, and they're trying to get the down correct, and so looks like we're going to roll with it from here. So what they're saying is second and 1.
I've been given a cell phone that was found on the playground. If you can describe it, I'll let you have it, even if it's not yours.
Second and 1, Johnstown at the Centerburg 46-yard line. Johnny's in control, 34-14, 8:39 to go here in the fourth quarter. Johnstown, 8.5 minutes from improving to 2-0 on this young 2025 season.
As they don't have a slots next week, as they're going to play Granville at home.
The Johnnies will return to action next week, taking on Granville. Centerburg will go on the road to take on Worthington Christian. Worthington Christian was 0-1 on the season going into tonight, and then, like you said, after that, the Trojans go right into KMAC action, going on the road to Northmore, home against Loudonville, at Cardington, and then you finish up with Mount Gilead, Danville, East Knox, and Fredericktown. Johnstown, after Granville next week, will travel to Mount Vernon, then home against Watkins Memorial. So 2nd and 1. Handoff. Myers, left side, first down. Runs into the pile and is brought down. A gain of about 3, but it's good enough to move the chains. Myers just doing the dirty work up the middle. Tough yardage, but he seems to get it every time they need it.
Another Knox Community Hospital first down. And it's been, the Johnnies have done exactly what they needed to do. You know, our keys to victory for the game were 2 things for the Johnnies: ground and pound and slow down Love. And those are the 2 things that they have done this evening.
Carter fakes it, tries to run wide, and brought down behind the line. Flag comes flying. Probably be a hold.
Yeah, it looked like it was a hold on the backside here.
So Carter with the keeper. It was a loss of 2 on the play. Holding is going to be the call. And Centerburg will accept that penalty. Mark it back 10 yards. Johnstown, though, great start to the season offensively. 70 points last week, 34 points tonight. They are putting up some numbers, and you look at this rushing attack as Sager gets another carry and just works his way forward for a gain of about 10. You know, when I look at this rushing attack, I basically think of a boxer.
Yeah.
Because you've got Myers who's just running it up the gut. It's like body blow, just shots to the gut, just wearing you down and just taking the energy out and making you wonder, do I really want to keep doing this?
Yep.
He's had about 12 carries tonight, ranging anywhere from 1-yard gain to a 10-yard gain. Just short yardage, nice chunks, but just wearing you down as he gets it again, just right up the middle, legs churn, reels off about 6 more. And then you counter that with the guy that can throw the knockout, and that is Ryan Sager. He's quick, he's strong, he makes you miss, elusive, all those things. 5 touchdowns on the night for Sager. It's like the thunder and lightning. It's like body blow, and then boom, here comes the knockout.
My camera op out there had the opportunity to go to Monroeville with me last weekend. He just come in here. Sager's going to get another touch. He'll be tackled in the backfield. But he walked in here just a few minutes ago while we were on a break, and he said, man, this offense reminds me of Monroeville last week. Monroeville's got Colton Clark at quarterback, who runs it extremely well. They got Connor Boris at running back, who runs it extremely well. And then they got Cooper Cleary, who is the Myers for Johnstown-Monroe. So Monroeville's got a 3-headed monster in the backfield, and it's very eerily similar to what we're seeing here from the Johnnies.
On that last play, another penalty, 10-yard holding call. So ball gets moved back to the Centerburg 47-yard line. Under 6.5 minutes left. 34-14, Johnstown trying to ice this one and walk out of Centerburg with an unblemished 2-0 record to start the 2025 season. Play action, throws, caught, inside the 30, 25, down to about the 22-yard line.
And Mark, I'm gonna throw it at you. How dangerous could this Johnnies team be if they can do that 4, 5, 6 times a night?
Well, and it was Grayson Goodman on the catch. He's done a great job blocking all night. Just released off of that one. 24-yard throw and catch. And another first down for the Johnnies. That's 15 on the night.
Myers will be stopped. He'll get still. Here's the thing: he gets hit in the backfield and still falls forward for 2 yards.
Yes, like I said, I think he has 14 carries so far in the night unofficially. No negative yardage plays.
I think there was one play where he got hit right at the line of scrimmage and got drove backwards.
But they still gave him
But they still gave him a yard.
Yep. Yeah, just always falling forward.
But that's what 5'10", 215 will do for you.
Yeah. He is a strong-looking 215. Sager works his way back through the blocks. Gain of a few.
And now you can see Johnstown not trying for any big plays. They threw the play-action pass at him. Sager just following blocks, staying in bounds, getting down.
Yep, keep that clock a-churning.
Inside of 5 minutes now.
Well, yeah, looking ahead, I know we're only in week 2, but again, this is going to be a win for Johnstown that's going to result in a lot of second-level points because Centerburg's going to win a lot of games the rest of the season. And that's going to be a huge boost to Johnstown as we start getting into week 9 and 10 to see where they end up in the playoff seedings. As Sager dances his way in, touchdown number 6 for Ryan Sager from 17 yards out. He hits pay dirt again.
I was just saying they weren't trying for a big play, Mark. And then this kid does this. Like, he's got an edge, cuts it back in, then goes right back off of the block to the outside and waltzes into the end zone.
Does such a good job of reading his blocks. But to finish my thought, as it's now 40-14, the Johnnies are making the jump up this year. They're up into Division 4 from Division 5. So all these points are going to be really critical to make sure they get themselves in the best position possible for seeding this year in the postseason. Only 12 teams make the playoffs this year. It's a change that they went back to. So these are important as the 2-point conversion goes to Sheets, and he runs it in. And it's now 42-14 Johnstown.
They've done everything right, Mark. They've ran the ball. They haven't had to throw the ball. They've done the necessary things to keep themselves ahead in this game. And the big play hasn't happened for Centerburg other than the 2-play 85-yard drive for Miles Marshall here in the fourth quarter.
Well, Johnstown, I have them unofficially just 4 of 5 passing the football for tonight. But again, it's been efficient. It's been at the right time. Those 4 completions, 24 yards, 34 yards, 8 yards, 13 yards. And you can throw off a play action when you have this run game.
Yeah, when you have the two-headed monster, as we'll call it, with Myers and Sager, you can run play action. And like I said, even at the Division 4 level, think about how dangerous this team's going to be when that play action starts being completed more. When you're able to throw that ball and you go 9 of 10 for 200 yards and a couple touchdowns, and you've got Sager running it in 4 or 5 times to go with it. This team could average 40 a night easily with this offense that they have.
Well, and again, it's just the threat of being able to do so just is what gives defensive coordinators nightmares when you have such a strong running attack and then you can run play action off of it, have some guys that can make some plays in space. It just gives you the ability to do a lot of different things and makes that job for defensive coordinators prepping for you just so much more difficult.
A 30-6 second half for the Johnnies.
I'll remember, it was Centerburg leading 8-0 in the first quarter.
They'll be offside
again.
Second time.
Yep, second time tonight. 8th penalty on the Johnnies.
And then when you look at the Johnnies' schedule, again, Granville next week, then they go to Mount Vernon, who's 0-1. They get Watkins Memorial at home. They go to Heath. They get Northridge. They go to Lakewood. They get Utica at home, who's going to be a very talented squad. Those Redskins are going to be tough this year. And then they get Newark Catholic on the road. Looking at the schedule, a win here tonight and a win against Granville next week, and this team could very easily be 10-0 going into Week 11.
Yeah, I think, your floor for this Johnstown team, and again, we talked last week, barring injuries, and, you and I had conversations before the game about several, players around the area, some a female player, talked about a male player, just season-ending injuries, just, unfortunate that we've had a couple area athletes that have lost their senior year due to knee injuries. So, injuries are always a factor, but if this Johnstown team can stay healthy, I think 8-2 is the floor with this team and very easily could get to 10-0. Love with a nice return, gets it out to about the 37-yard line where the Trojans will start this drive. On the flip side, you look at Centerburg, and again, yes, they're going to lose tonight. They're going to fall to 1-1, but what a great, learning experience. A lot of lessons and things they can see on film tonight against a big, talented, athletic football team. And you know that Centerburg's just going to get better from playing this game tonight.
Yeah, they're going to get better, and this is preparing them for the East Knoxes of the world, the Danvos of the world, the Frederick-Towns of the world. They want to come out here and run it down your throat.
Well, and I think, again, last year Centerburg goes 7-3. I think you're looking at that kind of season, if not better, again this year.
Yeah, I could see 8-2 in there.
Well, that guy right there is going to cause some issues for some people in the KMAC.
Yes, absolutely. Miles Marshall has had himself an evening, as he only gets about 3 on that carry, but he has been Mr. Do-It-All here tonight, and that's what they need. You're not going to run into many teams that can bring 11 on and 11 off in the KMAC like the Johnnies can.
Well, yeah, and again, Marshall's one of those game breakers where he just needs a little bit of a crease, and he's gone. He's a home run hitter. Handoff goes for gain of 4.
Carter on the carry, tackled by
Shane Carter gains 5, his 3rd carry of the night. So he's toted it 3 times for 17 yards. Third and 4. Ball rolls, looks, throws it over the top, looking for Love, and picked off. Safety rotates over, makes the interception, read it the whole way. Love was open in the coverage, but the safety rotates over.
Hayden Cook.
And Cook makes the interception. 2nd turnover of the night for Centerburg, and we have a flag.
I want to say we're going to have a late hit on the quarterback.
Well, ball rolled left to the short side of the field.
Yeah, as I have the interception, I do not have prior to it.
He was being pursued by a couple of Johnstown defenders, but as the ball was in the air, I also followed the football, did not see if he was hit late or not. If it's a turnover, if the play stands, Johnstown will have the ball on their own 37, 38-yard line.
As again, officials doing a great job of discussing it.
Right, personal foul.
Roughing the passer. But even though that should tack on after the interception, it should still be Johnstown football. Right?
Well,
it happened after the interception. So it doesn't negate the interception.
See, I think it does. I think it's like a personal foul that it does negate it. I think it's still going to be Centerburg football. Yeah, it's going to be Centerburg football, 15-yard penalty.
So it'll be a first down.
So first down via the penalty. So
I'm going to have to look into that one when I get back to the studio tonight.
Yeah, I think it's like that, personal foul in the course of the play. It wasn't after the play. It wasn't a dead ball. So wipe the interception off the board. Centerburg gets the first down on the penalty, so it's now 1st and 10 on the Johnnies' 43-yard line. And that's one thing I'm sure Johnstown will look at on the film and not like. 9 penalties tonight. Something they will want to clean up. Carter with the carry.
Not a whole lot of room there.
Yeah, maybe a half yard.
Carry, tackled by Ware.
(42-14) Johnstown. In a game that's much closer than the scoreboard might indicate. Carter cuts it back, left side hole, inside the 40, almost breaks it. Jumps over a defender, and Love, who's making the block.
Tackled by Grady. First down, Trojans.
And move the chains. So Carter gets the Trojans a first down. Love comes up limping a little bit there, so they're going to check him out. Handoff goes to Carter again, cuts it back to the left, and stuck.
Spun into the hit.
Yeah, that was Sheets.
Tackled by Sheets.
Gain of 4. Again, what a beautiful night here at Centerburg. Great field conditions, big crowd, outstanding halftime show by both the Johnstown and Centerburg bands. And two teams are going to win a lot of football games as this season rolls on.
As we got an overtime contest on the OH report, Mark. Northmore Seneca East in overtime.
Gain of 10 there for the Trojans. The Trojans would like to put some points on the board here, I'm sure.
As the Golden Knights have walked it off in OT, they take down Seneca East 27-21.
So 1:18 to go here in the ball game from Centerburg. Johnstown leads 42-14. Ball pressured, scrambles, cuts it up, big hit and brought down.
And guess who got the big hit? Cole Carey.
He has been everywhere tonight. And Centerburg's going to use a timeout here.
Elgin gets a win 36-7 over Ridgedale.
Well, and speaking of Elgin, we saw them last week against River Valley. River Valley down 13-7 with 3.5 minutes to go to Madison. Vikings have thrown 5 interceptions tonight, is what I'm being told. It was a game we thought River Valley would win. There's still time, obviously. See if we can get some other scores real quick here. Last we saw
Hillsdale wins 31-0 over the Cubs.
Okay, well now I have an update. Madison had 20-7 over River Valley. Galleon beating Cary in the fourth quarter 41-14. Dalton 28, Highland 0. Shelby final 37-13 over Lexington. Clear
How
Fork
good is that Shelby team?
Yeah. You know, and I'm just as guilty. I will sit here and talk to you about Braden DeVito and how good he is and everything else, but that's not just Braden DeVito. That is an outstanding, well-balanced football team. He's just the icing on the cake. And ball overthrows it right in the defender's hands, but he dropped it.
Preston Carey unable to get the interception.
Clear Fork beats Zanesville 39-0. Ashland final 42-7 over Marion Harding. Ontario final 37-6 over Norwalk.
Big win for the Warriors after the week 1 loss to Lexington.
And it's surprising. Hopewell Loudon 14, Pleasant 7. And I say that with respect because a lot of people thought that was going to be a blowout, that Hopewell Loudon was supposed to be really, really good this year. Pleasant with a big win over North Union last week. Surprised a lot of people. Now played Hopewell Loudon really well. So good start to the season for the Spartans. As you said, Northmore walks off Seneca East 27-21. Mount Gilead hangs on to defeat Upper Sandusky 7-6.
How about Utica 27, Danville 8. The Redskins knock off the Blue Devils in night number 1 at Tough Street Stadium.
Mohawk 37, Cardington 8. Pirates got a win last week in week 1 over Winford. They fall to the Warriors tonight 37-8. Colonel Crawford 28, Fairfield Union 14. North Union 44, Liberty Union 14. So seems like that's most. Well, there's another score. Winford 28, East Knox 12. So a lot of the scores.
Winford kind of got dominated by Cardington Lincoln last week.
There's, from what we're hearing, there's some numbers issues where the Winford program just a little bit down in numbers and trying to get things going again. I know it's really easy to hear Winford and go back to the glory days. I mean, you know, Winford, Pleasant there for a while. Those teams were playing for state championships or doing great things seemingly every year. A little bit down. Incomplete there. Ball rolls left, throws for Love. Incomplete, and the Johnnies hold and will take over on downs with 45 seconds to go here, leading 42-14. So just looking at the teams in our area, it looks like, you know, that we cover. River Valley's going to lose tonight. Gallion's going to beat Cary. Highland's going to lose. Shelby beats Lex. Clear Fork bounces back with a win. Ontario.
How about the Colts beat Perkins last week at home, a state runner-up last year, and then they come out and go 2-0 and knock off Zanesville. The first time they've been 2-0 since they went 10-0 in 2019.
I have to check out the schedule. Do you know who the Colts have next week?
I will look at it right now.
Yeah, good start for Clear Fork. Proud program over there in the Valley.
Ooh, how about this one next week? You ready for this one, Mark? How about the Colts are heading to the Minutemen to take on Lexington?
That's right. I forgot Lexington, you know, with their MOAC schedule to start the season, just like Madison also does the same thing. Both teams start with 3 non-league games against MOAC teams.
As we'll see the Johnnies take a knee.
Best formation in football. Victory formation.
They'll have to do that one more time.
Yep, one more snap to wrap this thing up. Yeah, looks like maybe it was inside the play clock, so they will not have to snap it again. That's going to wrap it up. So as the clock ticks down towards 0, again, a highly competitive game, even though the scoreboard looks a little bit different. Your final score tonight from Centerburg, it is Johnstown-Monroe 42, Centerburg 14. We'll be back for the post-game show and our player of the game interview. You've been watching high school football live and free on the OH Report. We'll be right back after this brief message.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. when I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
You're strong, you're valued, you're loved, and we are just so happy to have you here.
This event is one of the greatest things ever, to see community come together and see people pay tribute to those that they love and those that they've lost.
Whatever it is you're going through, whatever it is you've been through, you don't have to go through it alone.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
Take a look at all the action from Friday night football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Knox Public Health Player of the Game. Tonight's Player of the Game, junior running back Ryan Sager from Johnstown High School. Ryan goes for 23 carries, 205 yards, and 6 touchdowns on the night. So first of all, Ryan, we're just going to start where it all begins. Let's talk about that offensive line.
Oh yeah, I mean those are my guys. They set the tone. They get on them blocks and they stick on Webb. And I mean I just run up there. Landon Myers, he gets on whoever's leaking through, and then it's my turn to just get upfield and go.
Well, you mentioned Landon. You know, you guys, it's like thunder and lightning. You're the guy that's the elusive, quick guy. Obviously, you run with some strength, but you like to bounce it out and make those big plays. And then talk about Landon, though, man. That dude just up the middle. He just wears people down.
Oh, I mean, he should honestly be the one up here because, I mean, all he does is just take the hits from me. And when he does get the ball, he does something special with it. And, I mean, it's just I just get the glory for it because I get to run right behind him.
Well, you did get the glory tonight. 6 touchdowns. You know, another great performance by the offense. Last week you put up 70. Tonight you win 42-14. What are you looking for as a team? What are your goals for the season as a team?
I mean, like, honestly, I just want to see how far we can go because this is our year. I mean, we got a lot of great seniors that are going to be leaving us next year, and maybe their last chance to ever play football. So I just want to make it special for them, and then I mean, next year it'll be different, but this year we're focused on going far and making sure everyone is involved and positive.
Well, you've got off to a good start, 2-0 with another big win tonight. The team, you know, looking to win a league championship, go deep in the playoffs as you guys jump up into Division IV. What about you personally? What are some of your goals on a personal level for the season?
Personal, I kind of want to beat, I beat my coach Mick Riley, I beat his record tonight, so I was kind of happy about that, but I was trying to go for Marcus Hendren's record. I think it's 7. I mean, I was almost there, but hopefully I can just time so we both can have the record.
Well, you know, 7 obviously is a great goal, but man, 6 touchdowns in a game. There are guys that don't have careers with 6 touchdowns, so make sure you appreciate that tonight.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know, you talked a little bit at the beginning about the offensive linemen. Let's go ahead and talk about who those guys are and what they have done and what you've done in the offseason.
I mean, we work so hard in the offseason. Coach Carter pushes us so hard. He knows how great we can be. And, I mean, it's all of them. Like, there's not one lineman that's better than the other. I mean, we got even the Z-back. I mean, he's great, too. I mean, we need all them guys up front blocking just so that we can be able to do this tonight. And, I mean, like, Grayson Goodman, Ben Smith. We got Blease on Anthony Blease at center. And then Eric, Chase Potter. I mean, Evan Mead. They're all great guys. They started it and they finished it.
Well, they definitely finished some blocks tonight, sprung you loose for, again, 205 yards, 6 touchdowns, and a 42-14 lead. Before we get you out of here, Ryan, anybody you want to shout out after this great performance tonight?
I mean, my mom, especially, she's the strongest woman I know. And then, I mean, God always. I mean, we got to praise, we got to pray every day. And then, I mean, my entire family as well. I can't do that. And then, I want to shout out my girlfriend, too. She helps me a lot. She's done a lot for me.
Well, yeah, well, we appreciate that. And again, the Knox Public Health Player of the Game, junior Ryan Sager, 23 carries, 205 yards, and 6 touchdowns.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.